it was pretty uneventful both during the game and after the game. I don't really know that there was really anything that happened on the field, off the field, after the game. And
there's a lot that happened on the field.
Were there things that happened on the field?
There was lots that happened on the field. We'll get to that here.
But, yeah. Was there anything that happened off the field after the game?
There's lots that happened off the field, and we're going to get into that. We actually have the audio from Deshaun Watson's interview and Shedeur Sanders' interview. So
okay, excellent.
Made it for an interesting evening yesterday, that's for sure.
Sure. Yesterday, it happened yesterday. Worst case scenario of if you're a Cleveland Browns fan and you were hoping for, if you're hoping to see things clearly and wanting to, everything to kind of go smoothly, things didn't go that way yesterday for the Cleveland Browns. But, everybody's talking about that, and we will get into that here shortly. And you can join us here in the WOBL studios, 440-775-1320 if you want to give us a call. 440-775-1320. We'd love to talk to you here. And, tell us what you thought, what you saw yesterday. So, we did see the quarterbacks in there. We did see the defense. Browns lose yesterday 31-7 to the Buffalo Bills at home.
I don't care about the score at all. I do not care about the score. The score didn't mean anything. What we wanted to see was these players playing.
Okay.
Quarterback play, offensive line play. Who was capable of doing what? Especially at home. It was kind of nice to see a home game. The stadium wasn't as packed as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, you had the Bills had their hour and 9-minute drive to finally put the score up 7-0. But
that was a long drive,
the longest drive in NFL history.
And we also found out that you have to wait for it to be done thundering in order. Yeah. They don't care about lightning. It's all about the thunder.
Hey, we should have played AC/DC Thunderstruck the entire time.
It's a little bit of an inside joke there. But, and so the Browns offense, beginning of the game, I don't know. I thought they looked good. I liked what I saw with Shedeur. I know that it wasn't against their ones, but you can only evaluate what you see.
I liked what I saw. You saw good pocket presence from Shedeur. The offensive line seemed to do better than they did the week prior, which is huge. That's what you want to see. You want to see improvements. That's what preseason is for. And you saw some improvement. There was a controversial interception by both quarterbacks yesterday that we're going to get to here shortly, but those things do happen in game. It's preseason, folks.
Let me ask you this. What was controversial about that first interception? I don't understand the controversy.
So let's argue this. And we're going to do this now. Forget it. So Chad and I were arguing about it yesterday. Supposedly, Shedeur Sanders' ball was tipped at the line, which in turn put that behind the tight end. And that's why he had both hands on the ball and tipped it up in the air and it was intercepted. I don't care what anybody says. If both of your hands touch that ball and the ball is a very little behind you, it wasn't that far. We could argue this all day. We'll spend the whole show arguing about this. I don't care. If the ball is a little behind you, but hits both of your hands, as a pro athlete, you should catch that ball. I don't care.
So I think it's one of those things where you have games throughout the year, like last season, where the Browns won games that they should have lost, and they lost games that they should have won. Correct?
Isn't that how it is every year?
That's how it is every year, right? It's the same thing with interceptions. There are going to be interceptions that the defense is going to drop, and there are going to be interceptions that happen because the wide receiver tips them into the into the defensive back's hands. Stuff like that happens, right? At the end, it all evens out. That's it. That's an interception, man.
It's an interception.
An interception's an interception. At the end of the day, it counts.
Oh, I get that.
It counts unless you're Jerry Jeudy handing the ball off to the defensive back after you've caught it in the end zone. The interception counts, and that's an interception.
I get that, but listen, all the Branch Shadorians are going to freak out about it. One, I'm not a Branch Shadorian. I'm not a.
I am, and I'm telling you, it's an interception. I'm a Shadorian.
I know, I get that, but listen, what I'm saying is people are going to use that against him, and it is an interception. I get that, but was the interception fully his fault?
Nothing is full. It's not fully. Nothing is fully anybody's fault.
Yeah, it is. You had both hands on the balls. You didn't catch it.
Yeah, but it was tipped, and it was also behind him.
All right, 4 inches behind a professional athlete, and you're going to say that that's our quarterback's fault.
It's both of their fault. If that ball was on the money, you catch that.
All right, Tom Brady threw how many passes that were behind players, and how many of them caught it? How many Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, all these guys, they have professional athletes on the field. I don't care.
And they throw it on the money.
No, they don't every time. They have
right, they don't every time, and those guys don't every time catch the ball either.
Yeah,
a lot of those guys have. Dude, you're remembering ESPN highlights. If you were in those cities watching those guys play every single game, watching them play every single week, you would have seen where these guys drop balls.
All right, tell me this: if you're a coach and you see your receiver have both hands on that ball and it gets tipped 8 feet in the air and then intercepted, who are you yelling at? Who are you yelling at, Gary?
I'm yelling at both of them. That's an interception. You guys should. That is an execution. And to tell you the truth, I don't know who I'm yelling at because I don't know. I'm not an NFL coach, and neither are you.
Neither am I. But I, in my personal experience, I would yell at the receiver. The only argument I believe this receiver has is we just picked him up this week.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know the playbook all that well. We literally just picked him up. It's that tight end. I forget his name right now off the top of my head, but. I don't care. I mean, you had both hands on the ball. I guess
I don't understand the argument. I feel like this is it was an interception, right? I don't think that anybody is over here slamming Shedeur Sanders for this interception. What's really happening here is that there's people who are anti-Shedeur that are pretty much bringing this argument up out of nowhere and having this argument with themselves. And you just argue, people who are anti-Shedeur Sanders are having this argument with themselves in a cave and then answering to their own echo. You're having this argument with yourselves, with your own echo. And nobody is having this argument back with you because nobody's blaming this on Shedeur. The only one that is blaming this on Shedeur are the people who are against Shedeur, who are blaming it on Shedeur so that they can hear that blamed on Shedeur, so they can hear the echo come back, so they can yell at their own echo.
So you're saying I'm not a Shedeur fan?
It's what it's not. I'm not saying you're not a Shedeur fan.
I'm defending.
I'm not arguing. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. You know what I was going to say, who I'm not arguing with right now.
I'm not arguing either. I'm going to argue with Chad on Tuesday because he brought it up. Well, I brought it up, obviously, and said that ball should.
And what is and who is Chad?
Doctor.
No, but who does he hate? Who does he not like?
Shedeur Sanders.
Okay. And so what did I just say? Who's bringing up that argument?
I am.
He did.
Well, no, I brought it up yesterday in the chat, and then it escalated to what it is now. And now we're in the studio arguing, and I'm sure if Chad's awake, it will. We'll see a comment here shortly.
And he'll just be yelling into a cave, answering his own echo.
Hello.
All
right, so
Shedeur tipped his own pass.
Let's compare interceptions from yesterday. You had Shedeur Sanders interception, and then you had Deshaun Watson's interception that was pretty high. The receiver looked like he had one hand on it, but there was 2 defenders in that area. That got picked off right away.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean, Chad posted something, and it's on our page actually right now about how the media handled the interceptions. That Shedeur's interception was just tipped in the air and picked, and then they said something along the lines of Deshaun Watson's was like a catastrophic interception, and they're saying that the media.
It's just me, buddy. Keep going.
The media blew that up.
Yeah,
blew it out of proportion, which I don't think so. I have Shedeur's back on this one, man. I do. I get.